Hey guys, welcome to the 59th C# tutorial that I'm making for the new Boston. And in this tutorial, I'm going to be showing you how to use the file class a little bit. So all you're going to need for this tutorial is a button and a few lines of code. And once you have the button on your form, just go ahead and double click on it. You're going to need an open file dialog, and you're also going to need an if statement checking to see if the user actually selects a file in the open file dialog. You're going to need to be using the system.io namespace because the file class is located in there. So once you have this all typed out, just go ahead and do file dot, and then you can see all the methods inside of the file class. Now previously in other tutorials, such as when we went over the binary reader and writer and the stream reader and writer, we used methods like create and open read and open write. Well, today we're going to be going over the exists method. So just do file.exists, and then this method calls for a path to the file that you want to check to see if it exists or not. So we're just going to check to see if the file that the user opens in the open file dialog exists. So we're just going to do ofd.filename. So once again, this will just check to see if the file that the user opens in the open file dialog exists. So we're just going to display the result of that in a message box so that the user can see. We're going to do messagebox.show the result of this, and since this returns a bool, we're going to have to use the .toString method to convert it into a string. So now when we debug, click this button, we should get an open file dialog, and now we can select a file to check to see if it exists or not. So click open, and yep, the file does exist. And well, of course it exists because we just opened it in the open file dialog. So the file exists method isn't really used when you're using an open file dialog. It's usually used when you're not sure if a file exists. So say we were looking for the settings file or a specific file on someone's computer. Well, you're not going to use it with an open file dialog. Instead, you're going to type out the path to the file. So we're just going to do users/Adam, and we're just going to do a text document, see if some random text document exists. So we're going to do text.doc.text, and since a file with this name doesn't exist in the Adam folder, we should get false. And since we already wrote out the path, we don't need this open file dialog, so we can just go ahead and comment that out. So now when we debug here and click on this button, we should get false in the message box because this file does not exist. Yep, false, that file does not exist. So the next method that I'm going to be showing you how to use is the delete method. And the delete method will simply delete a file. So we're just going to do file.delete. And this will just simply, like I said, delete a file. And we're just going to have it delete the file that the user opens in the open file dialog. So we're going to do ofd.filename. Because this method just simply calls for a path to the file that we want to delete. And since this is a void, we cannot display it in a message box, so we're going to have to go ahead and delete that message box right there. So now, whatever file that we open in the open file dialog will be deleted. So we're just going to go ahead here and open, delete this text document right here. Should now be deleted, so if we were to go back and browse that folder again, text document 2 should not be there anymore. Yep, it's gone. So that's it for this tutorial. In the next tutorial, we're going to be getting into the file class a little bit more. So, see you guys.